Good morning. Philippians chapter 3, verse 1. Finally, my brothers, rejoice in the Lord. He's going to say the same thing in chapter 4. He's talked about joy prior to this. Joy is a big deal in Philippians. He is concerned that they are a people who, in the midst of difficulty, live with joy. Finally, my brothers, rejoice in the Lord. To write the same things to you is no trouble to me and is safe for you. Well, what are those things? What's likely in verse 2 and following, where he begins, look out for the dogs, look out for the evildoers, and we'll get to some of that. But he's warning them about people who'd come in, particularly Judaizing teachers who would come in and try to put them back under the law and circumcision and marking their flesh to show that they're part of the covenant people of God, and he's warning them. So when did he warn them before about this? Well, nothing really overtly in this letter, but it probably hints at previous communication that he had with them. Whether it was oral, whether it was other written stuff, we don't know. But it's pretty clear that, at the very least, this is not the first go-around that he has warned them about false teachers who are coming in, particularly false Judaizing teachers who are coming in. I want to mention two things, highlight them. To write the same things to you is no trouble to me and is safe for you. Asphales is the Greek word. It can mean in earlier and later Greek something like to make certain, to be firm. He wants to make sure they're standing on solid ground. That's how I think maybe is a good way for you to think about it. He wants them to be grounded. And so that they're not swept away by false teaching. To do that, right, so being grounded is the first thing I want you to note, but the second is to do that, he's got to repeat the same things. How many times do I need to tell you? You ever hear somebody say that to you? You ever say that to your children? How many times do I need to tell you? And the answer is a lot more than one. See, when we teach and think about doctrine, one of the things we need to do is go over and over and over and over and over it. Doctrine is not, as I've said on these thoughts for the day, is a thing of theological innovation. It is time-worn truth, time-tested truth, but we got to keep hearing it. So we have to keep hearing the gospel. We have to keep hearing the resurrection. We have to keep hearing the cross. We have to keep hearing that we're made in the image of God. We have to keep hearing that we're sinners. We have to keep hearing that Christ is coming again. We have to keep hearing the great doctrines of the church. We have to keep hearing the expectations of the spiritual life. We go on and on and on. But the point is this: we have to keep hearing them. We have to keep hearing them. So part of these thoughts for the day is just to remind you, start off your day. It's not that there's going to probably be something that you go, oh, that's so novel. It's just a reminder. It's just a reminder that, hey, keep Christ at the center again today. So we're going to remind you of the same things. Rejoice in the Lord. Beware of false teachers, he's going to say. Got to remind you, because if not, you might not stay on solid ground. So don't shun, don't roll your eyes at, and don't sort of go in a staring kind of fit when you hear the same old truths. Hear them again. Turn them over fresh. Renew your mind with them again. And then when you hear them again, do the same thing. Never let them wax or wane old. May the Lord bless you today. Take care.